Okay, good morning. My name is Leslie Williams, and I'm in San Diego County, San Diego, California. And this is going to be an evidence video. And evidence videos are in reference to me exposing evidence concerning the factual realities of the criminal realities that I experience on a daily basis. Hold on a second. I'm smoking my afternoon cigarette. It's actually late morning. Now, let me just do a couple loose ends here before I start this video, and I apologize I didn't take care of them before I started it, but sometimes you just got to take advantage of the moment, and I forgot that I hadn't done this, so hold on a second. I'm taking my vitamins. This video is being made for evidence purposes, and today's date is November 9th, 2013. Don't let my little comical moments that I have in these videos distract you from the criminality that I'm exposing. Now, the evidence that I'm about ready to transfer over to this video file is my way of proving to the fellow American citizens, fellow San Diegoans, fellow La Jollans, and fellow Californians that the criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking, is occurring towards me along all my routes everywhere I go, including at my hiking area. Guess I'm hiking in California. I'm saving for a mobile home. Hold on a second. Now, this living situation you see me in right now was directly connected to the organized stalking, gang stalking of me in another state. Organized stalking and gang stalking is occurring in every state in the United States, and all you got to do is research it at Google. And to give you just a fast illustration that you can immediately go to in order to see that this is a factual reality, there's another woman who's being subjected to these expeditions. Hold on a second. In San Diego County, in Encinitas. Her name is Mara Shahan, spelled M-A-U-R-A-S-C-H-E-E-N. Okay? Now just Google her name, cross-reference it to either organized stalking and or gang stalking and or community-based harassment, and you'll see her petition online. That's right. Now, not only look at who's involved in the gang stalking of her, but also look at how many targeted individuals signed her petitions, and also look at what states they're from. You'll see that they're from multiple states. And this will give you a fast introduction to concerning how these expeditions are going on in every state in the United States. Hold on one second. Now, I've discovered, I haven't really, I wouldn't say I discovered it, but I've also have noticed it on subsequent dates that Examiner.com does very good articles concerning us organized gang stalking targets. So if you want to get some pretty good comprehensive reading material concerning what us targeted individuals are going through, is probably go to Google and type in Examiner.com, like D-O-T and then space com, gang stalking or organized stalking, and you'll come up with how Examiner.com, which appears to be like an online news article, and how Deborah Dupree has posted some excellent material concerning covering us, what is happening to us targeted individuals. Now let me just go ahead and fly right into the meats and potatoes of the evidence that I'm going to be uploading literally to this video file. Now, organized stalking and gang stalking targets have every single aspect of their lives completely and thoroughly and totally destroyed. The homelessness is created of us who are gang stalked to multiple apartments, multiple motel rooms, and then once we just basically go through our money as a result of trying to survive these crimes by moving to multiple different shelters, a lot of us, if we even are lucky enough to have a steady income like Social Security or maybe works compensation or unemployment benefits, we basically just give up and either start sleeping in our cars or go hiking. Now, you can go to Google right now and type in organized stalking or gang stalking and how those staged vehicle accidents is, so we don't even have a car to sleep in. Recently, I just discovered, I'm going to make this one last statement, then I'm going to get to the evidence. Jessica Miles. Go to Google and type in Jessica Miles. I think it's KTPS. She's a news reporter in Minnesota who's being gang stalked. Now, when you type that in at Google and you'll see who's gang stalking her, you'll get a fast introduction concerning how the police are involved in these criminalities. And I've been saying it all. I've been saying it all along that the police have been involved in the gang stalking of me in several states. That's right. This is organized crime in the system, and it's nothing but it's a syndicate. Now, let me just interject this real fast. And I apologize, I'm smoking my cigarette. Let me just finish it now. I'll proceed with my statements. Jessica Miles noticed a blog of mine that was online concerning me being gang stalked right inside of the San Diego City Council meeting chambers on August 24, 2013. Within 2 weeks of those videos being taken of literally showing gang stalking happening in the way you're about to witness from this tape recorder concerning what just happened again yesterday, okay, on Bus Route 41 and then again at UCSD Price Center. Within 2 weeks of that occurring, they came to an area that I went to for the very first time to set up another hiking area to get away from the harassment I endure at this one. And within 30 minutes of me arriving at that hiking area, while I was there, I was in an enclosed environment, which means that I was literally inside of a bunch of trees, okay, that were basically, it had a space within inside of a bunch of trees. So I was visually out of sight, and the area I was in, nobody should have been down there at all for any reason. And supposedly the property owners showed up, stating that they were in the area because they were watering plants. That was the same exact identical to a T excuse they used towards me in 2006 when I was out here in San Diego County between 1 and 38 days, when they had a neighbor come to my hiking area and say, "You need to leave here or I'm going to call the cops because I want to water my plants." And it wasn't even his property. That's right. That's right. So, what I'm trying to say here is that we have us targeted individuals. I'm not involved in any at all, period, illegal or criminal activity whatsoever. I'm a good woman. In fact, if you've seen the inside of my tent right now, you'd see pictures of Jesus Christ, the Jewish flag, little post-its that I've taped to my tent that say have faith in Jesus'. I'm looking at one right now. It says, have faith in Jesus' plan for you and his purpose for your life. Okay? Jesus God, Holy Spirit loves you very much. I got him over here to my left as well. I read my Bible every day, and even though I'm not boasting about it, it's right here. I'm just trying to illustrate to you what kind of a person that I am and how I try to live and think based on the testimony of Christ. Now, this good book, you don't have to be a Christian. You can be an atheist. You can be a Muslim. You can be Hindu. You can be Buddhist, whatever. Okay? Or you don't even have to have you don't have to believe in God. All you have to do is be a human being. Okay? And what I'm trying to say is listen to what a fellow human being is telling you. Okay? Every human being has a divine right to live their lives and not be subject to and victims of any type of criminality, whether it be mild or extreme or any area in between. And this good book right here, since I'm a Christian, I'm going to talk about my Christian faith just a teeny bit. I need to talk about it more. But I'm going to tell you something right now. The reason why I make my videos is so I can give my testimony to the public, and so fellow targeted individuals can hear what I state, because some of my videos are not just about evidence. They're also about me exposing how these expeditions work, how they operate, who can be used, who can play a role in it, the places that can be used, and what the motivations that they have for targets. So they can deconstruct what I state and look at it and say, well, is this the same thing that's happening to me? Okay? Is this how it's happening to me? Are these same peoples and or types of places being used against me? That's right. So fellow targeted individuals can deconstruct what's happening to them, pay attention to what I'm saying, and also pay attention to the motivations that they more than likely do have towards specific, well, not specific, but in general targeted individuals. Human trafficking is one of these motivations. Now, again, I'm not involved in any illegal or criminal activity whatsoever. I'm not a crazy in any way, shape, or form, even though these are the kind of labels that the perpetrators in the system try to put on targeted individuals. They try to imply that we're crazy, mentally ill, any mental illness label that they can put on us. They try to claim that we're a threat to ourselves or others, or they try to say that we cannot take care of ourselves, or they try to say that we're a social deviant of some kind. That's right. Now, this is, I can't get steered off into sub-issues in reference to any particular details that I describe concerning who they are and how they operate, because that's not what this video is about. This good book here states how we're supposed to live and how we're also supposed to not sit at the same table with wicked people, how we're not supposed to get ourselves involved with individuals who are wicked or evil. Okay? It also states in this very good holy book that we're supposed to expose wickedness and evilness in our communities. That's right. Now, I'm not a troublemaker, I'm not a rebel rouser, okay? I don't make my videos based on high-minded ideas or emotionalism, or because I'm making these statements because I want to get back at the people who did what they've done to my life. Revenge is not my goal. And in some of my videos, I might seem a little bit angry, especially when I'm talking about the San Diego police and their filthy whoredom. And I'm not talking about every single San Diego police officer. I'm just talking about the syndicated ones. And even though my language might sound a little bit strong, if you knew what I had been through because of these specific San Diego syndicated police officers, you would definitely agree that that statement was apropos. But what I'm trying to state is that I don't even have a grudge against the San Diego police because I'm a Christian. I do what I do in reference to exposing the criminalities that are occurring towards me because every single human being that walks on this planet has a right to not be a victim of a crime. And they also have a right to, when they are, for the police and the law enforcement to uncorruptly and honestly investigate the criminalities that are happening against any human being. But what do we do when it's organized crime in the system that is actually perpetrating these criminalities and then using their same employment descriptions to protect them? Including using specific law enforcement resources to get community members, businesses, universities, public libraries, transportation services, you name it, to aid and abet in the harassment of a targeted individual. And that's not including how they are set up with individuals in the system who had networking resources to connect with, but not limited to, church groups, civic groups, non-profit organizations, homeless shelters, churches. That's right. It's basically nothing but a set-up system where the organized crime members in the system and how they're connected to and how they have tentacles to community resources, law enforcement resource tools like the community notification and or the offender's notification, which is being illegally and criminally used for these expeditions. Why won't the San Diego District Attorney's Office investigate the factual realities of what has happened to me? Why? All you have to do at the end of the day is ask yourself that common sense question, why? And why won't the San Diego Police Department take one police report that I'm a victim of this crime? And why are they now, after an event occurs along my path, which is directly connected to gang stalking, why are they implying that I'm mentally ill? Because implying that a target is mentally ill is a tactic of gang stalking. It's all over the internet. Now, one of the ways that they try to make individuals, well, let me backtrack for a second. Jessica Mills, a reporter in Minnesota who's being gang stalked. Okay, now let me just also, before I make that statement, sorry about this, but let me backtrack for one more second. When a targeted individual goes from one state to another state, the syndicate that was in the state that was initiating and perpetrating the gang stalking of that target in that state knows that a targeted individual is preparing to move. That is achieved through, but not limited by, them hacking into their cell phone, hacking into their landline phone, hacking into all their cyber activity, whether it be at a library, university, college, or their own personal computer. If the targeted individual is getting on the phone and calling Greyhound or looking up Greyhound information on the internet, they know it. All the communications of a targeted individual are monitored. That's right. Go to Google and type in a gang stalking tech. Everything you need to know. It's a manifesto of a manager of gang stalking crews. There are things in that manifesto that you're not going to be able to make sense of if you're just becoming familiar with gang stalking. But whatever you do not understand in this manifesto, just set it aside mentally. And if you want to print out the manifesto, just set aside those sections of that printout and put them on the back burner. Just trust me. I'm a seasoned, experienced, educated target concerning these criminal expeditions. And I'm here today to tell you that that manifesto was written by a manager of gang stalking. Just trust me on this. So whatever you don't understand or can't make sense of or you might not believe, just set it aside. It literally states that when a targeted individual moves from one state to the next, that the syndicate that was in the state the target was in will pay out the syndicate in the state the target's going into to take over in the campaign of the gang stalking in that state the target's going into. It also states all the communications of a targeted individual are monitored. So that's how they're able to ascertain when a target is preparing to move to another state. And they basically just connect with the syndicate that's in the state the target's going into to take over in the criminal expeditions against the targeted individual. My name is Leslie Williams, and Examiner.com, when you Google Examiner.com, Examiner, DOT, gang stalking or organized stalking targets, you'll see many Examiner.com articles that literally state that targeted individuals are gang stalked from one state to the next. Now, this is how you can ascertain how they were able to gang stalk me from the states I came from, back again to San Diego. Now, I have made sure, I made a decision before I came back to San Diego on August 8, 2011, that I was not going to connect myself with anybody at the friendship level, the acquaintance level, the intimate level, or any level, friendship level, any level, because I had developed my strategies over time to prove this criminality is happening to me, so I can then prove at least the gross negligence of duty of any police department of any state or county or city that I move to, including the San Diego Police. If they won't take a police report and I'm being subjected to criminality, then they are then have to answer for their gross negligence of duty, because of the crimes that are happening to me, which includes assaults, threats to be raped, non-stop stalking and harassment, criminal intent to do all, cyber surveillance, cyber hacking, the destruction of my electronic equipment, that's right, and the theft of my property, including property that has to do with my hiking area. That's right. So what I'm going to do right now is, one of the ways they let me know that I'm being gang stalked is by having individuals get around me everywhere I go, every single day, and repeat the name of the crime that's happening to me, gang stalking. Now, let me just give you, hang on a second. Alright, I'm already running low on time on this particular tape recorder. I mean, on this particular video file. So let me show you what this is. I've got to turn on this tape recorder. The earbuds from this tape recorder are taped to this video camera I'm talking into right now. Yesterday, I got off bus route 41 at the wrong bus stop, and so instead of continuing to stay on the bus until it came back around, I decided to get off the bus. Once I noticed that I got off that I didn't get off at my bus stop, I decided to get off the bus, and then the bus driver told me to just cross the street and wait on the other side of the street so I can take the same bus route going back in the opposite direction. Okay, and then so that's what I did. And then when I got off the bus, I noticed that there was a park close by there. So I thought to myself, I'm going to give myself a breather, okay, from all the craziness that I experienced along every single one of my routes, every single day, including at where I'm hiking at right now. That's right. So what I did was I decided to, for strategic purposes, I'm going to word it. I'm going to make these following statements carefully. And over time, if they have to be explained, they will. I decided to go for a bike ride in the specific park. I then thought to myself, well, enough time has went by, the bus should be coming soon, so I went to go leave the park, in which I did, and rode my bike back to the 41 bus stop. At 8 minutes and 22 seconds left of this audio file, you're going to literally hear me say, at about 8 minutes and 47 seconds remaining of the audio file, I say, okay, here comes the bus. Then at 8.22 seconds, I say, as the bus is literally pulling up, I say, because I had this tape recorder attached to a pouch on my undergarments on my chest, with this microphone attached to it, and the microphone is positioned about right here, underneath my clothes. And so I made a statement discreetly in it. I go, let's see, as I was preparing to put my bike on the bus, at exactly 8 minutes and 22 seconds and the remaining of this file, I said, let's see if gang stalking is said on this bus. And I'm going to start that audio file right now so you can hear it, and then once it's said, I'm going to rewind it back because it's a little bit garbled because of traffic, the sound of traffic going by, so it's a little bit garbled. So I'm going to replay it a couple times at that specific second when I say that. Just listen. Okay, now I'm going to rewind it. Alright, now listen for it. You'll hear me say, let's see if you hear gang stalking on this bus. Just listen. Okay, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to rewind it again. I got to press play in order to rewind it, so just bear with me. Alright, now listen. It's being said right here. Listen, I say, let's see if you hear gang stalking on this bus. Listen closely. Now, listen to what you hear on the bus. What you're listening for is gang stalk and oh my god being said constantly and repetitively, along with some sprinkled words like weird and crazy. Listen, do you hear it? And this is showing you the date it was caught. Okay? On the 8th, on November 8th, 2013. This is over an hour-long audio file, and this is the last minutes of it, the last 8 minutes of it, and it started at 11:22 a.m. Just listen. Do you hear gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, gang stalk, and oh my god being said? Listen. Oh, and I even predict a young man is going to say oh my god after he says gang stalk, and as soon as I get done saying it, he says it.
Watch, I say, oh my god, crazy too. Watch. The one that's talking right now. Hey, is that the San Diego Tribune? That's not the UT? I was reading an article in the paper the other day that a bunch of monkeys escaped from the zoo. Never can tell when you might see one. I think it was the San Diego Tribune. It might have been the New York Times.
look in the description of this YouTube video for another complete whole video concerning this section of this audio file being retransmitted again to a video file, and then how the same exact method was caught at UCSD once I got off the bus. Thank you.